Hi, everybody. So, today we're going to talk about the first couple of movies we watched for our Disney sequel series. For the first couple of weeks of this journey into discussing Disney sequels, we have watched the movies from the Mulan, Little Mermaid, The Incredibles, and Lion King franchises. So, first of all, we want to rate these movies and their sequels. We have also watched the live action version of Mulan, which I feel was not as good as the original cartoon, mostly because of the lacking of Mushu, which was the comic relief. So, the ratings for the Mulan movies. Mulan gets an A. Matt gave Mulan 2 a B, and I gave it a C. For live action Mulan, we both gave it a B minus. For Little Mermaid, we rated the original Little Mermaid an A. Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea got an A minus from Matt and a B plus from me. And for the Little Mermaid 3 Ariel's Beginning, we actually haven't rated that yet. But if I could give it a rating, it would be a probably a solid B. Because the only thing that we didn't like in that sequel was the fact that there was a lack of music, but we really liked how it provided a backstory to the family life of Ariel and her sisters. For the Lion King movies, we rated the original Lion King an A. Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, Matt gave it a B minus and I gave it an A minus. Lion King 1.5. We haven't rated that yet, but overall, I would say that movie was interesting, but I don't think that sequel was really needed. Because it was basically the Lion King from Timon and Pumbaa's perspective. So I would give that probably a B plus. For The Incredibles, we like both of those movies a lot. They're a lot of fun, and it's cool to see interactions of a superhero family and how they fight crime. And then for live action Lion King, we haven't gotten a chance to watch that yet, but we saw it in the theater. So based on a previous viewing of it that we have seen, I have that written down somewhere else. Let me find it. Based on the previous rating that we have seen, I think we give it a B. And we also saw Incredibles 2 previously as well, and we gave that a B plus. So I have been watching videos about fan theories on Wicked Binge, and I wanted to bring those up for a minute. So the first fan theory for The Lion King is that it represents the USSR. I don't really pick up, like, when we were kids, I don't think we normally picked up political connections in Disney movies, such as The Lion King. Like, I would never have thought that this movie would have represented either the USSR or imperialism. But looking back on it, I guess it makes sense. There's also another theory related to the hyenas and how they represent people who live in a ghetto, because like the elephant graveyard is representative of a place that would be like a ghetto, in the Brooklyn, New York area, and on the video I watched about fan theories, the reason why this theory is true is because the actors who played the hyenas were all of colored descent. The hyenas were voiced by, if you recall, Cheech Marin, Whoopi Goldberg, and Jim Cummings. If people didn't pick up on this when they first saw The Lion King is based off of the Shakespeare play Hamlet, which is not my favorite Shakespeare play. The sequel is based off my favorite Shakespeare play, Romeo and Juliet. We'll get to that in a minute. So, Lion King is about forgiving your past. This theory, obviously, I think is true because Rafiki gives a whole big speech to Simba about letting go of your past. So, I think that theory makes sense. Kiara will be a bad hunter. I didn't really pick up on that in The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Simba caused the drought. I mean, I don't know if that's plausible or not because I don't think lions can control the weather. I don't know how much that makes sense. Simba will not eat Pumbaa because he didn't know that he could. I mean, I think this theory makes sense because Mufasa didn't really indicate to Simba when he was giving a hunting lesson what animals he could or could not eat besides the antelope. So, I guess that makes sense. Zazu is a traitor. Now, this is where the whole connection to Hamlet would play into The Lion King because the characters in Lion King are supposed to represent the characters of Hamlet. Like, Simba is Hamlet, Nala is Ophelia, Scar is Polonius. So, Zazu would represent Polonius, who is, like, the person who is, like, the right-hand man to Polonius. So, according to the fan theory on our Wicked Binge video, the reason why this is true is because Zazu is basically disrespected by everybody in Mufasa's kingdom, and in the I Just Can't Wait to Be King song, he makes it clear that if Simba becomes king, he will leave the kingdom because he doesn't feel respected. And I'm sure if you guys have listened to that song before, you can definitely pick up on that. Scar practices cannibalism. Now, this theory states that in the scene in The Lion King where Scar and Zazu are in the cave and Scar holds up the lion, the skull that's supposed to represent the skull that's in the big speech in Hamlet. The fan theory video on Wicked Binge said that this could have been a trophy of Mufasa that Scar could have kept from when he pushed him off the cliff, which I think is super dark. But then again, maybe it could be another animal that Scar could have eaten. Now, what do you guys think of this? Do you think that Simba and Nala are related? Because this one fan theory that is in the Wicked Binge video is something that states that Simba and Nala could either be cousins, because Nala could be Scar's daughter, or that she could be half sister of Simba and be Mufasa's daughter. Because how people come up with this theory is because Mufasa and Scar are the only two male lions in the Pride, and there are lots and lots of female lions, so it could have been quite possible that either Scar or Mufasa gave birth to to Nala. So let me know what you think of that one. Mufasa is the bad guy. What do you guys think? Do you think he could have been the bad guy in this? And Timon is a cult leader. Now, this is something I never considered, and I don't know if you guys picked up on this either when you watched The Lion King. I think the basis of this fan theory is the Hakuna Matata song and how he kind of gets Simba to believe his philosophy. So, for the favorite songs in the movies, we like Circle of Life, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Hakuna Matata, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight. In The Lion King to Simba's Pride, we like He Lives in You, which is also in the Broadway musical, which we saw in Boston in 2019 for our wedding present. Love Will Find a Way and We Are One. And also, in the Broadway musical, we like the Lioness Hunt song, They Live in You, Shadowland, and The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Now, for Mulan fan theories, Cricket and Mushu are the true heroes. I agree with this fan theory from the Wicked Binge video because they are the ones who help guide Mulan along in her journey. Li Shang is the first gay prince in Disney movies. What do you guys think about this as a possibility? I never picked up on the fact that he could be gay because when this movie came out, I was in... Let's see. Mulan came out in 1998. So I was in, 7th grade. And, I wasn't aware of gay rights and stuff back then because I was still really young. I was only, 13 or 14. So, I would have not been able to pick up on the fact that he was gay. But for those of you who may be older than me, what do you think? Do you think Li Shang could have been a gay prince? Please let me know in the comments. I am looking forward to hearing what you have to say about that. Gender roles. Now, when I was in college, I took a class on gender roles in the media, and it was very interesting. We didn't talk about Mulan in this class, and I really wish we did because I really liked the way that this movie talks about gender roles. I always liked the fact that it focuses on female empowerment, and Mulan doesn't really focus on getting married. She just focuses on bringing honor to her family by serving in the army, even though it's not what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to stay home and taking care of the household, and the men are supposed to fight. But the reason why she went to war in the first place was because her father was very, very ill, and she was going there to replace him. And let's see. Yeah, so, for favorite songs in Mulan, our favorite songs are A Girl Worth Fighting For, Reflection, and I'll Make a Man Out of You. Also, Honor to Us All. In Mulan 2, our favorite songs are Lesson Number 1 and Here Begins Me, or I can't read my writing, I'm sorry. And then also there are some songs that were in Mulan Jr., which was the PTA play in 2019, which were not in the movie that we really liked. These songs are called Written in Stone and Keep 'Em Guessing. So I figured I would mention those songs too. And for the Good to Evil video on Wicked Binge, which you guys should watch to see if you agree with their ranking, we agree with their ranking. And then for Little Mermaid theories, I didn't write anything down about those in my notes because I just watched that video yesterday, but, one of the theories that was in the video that I watched was about how Ariel's sisters don't look like each other, and it focuses on like how they could have been from different mothers, and it talks about mermaid biology, which is interesting. So, like, what do you guys think about that? And the other question I wanted to ask is, there's another theory about how it refers to how the Little Mermaid Kingdom represents, like, classism. Like, the people of Atlantica are really rich, and the people who are doing the fishing on land are really poor. So I thought that was really interesting, and I mean, that's not something I really paid attention to as a kid. Little Mermaid came out when I was 3. I watched it when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, so, like, I mostly watched it for the music, not so much political aspects or economic aspects or even race. Now, race is another interesting thing that's brought up in The Little Mermaid. There's something floating around on the internet that I heard about in one of the Wicked Binge videos, that Little Mermaid is racist, because if you think about the song Under the Sea, which is my favorite song, first of all, Sebastian, they think the song is racist because Sebastian the Crab, which is the person who sings the song, has a Jamaican accent, and people who think that the song is racist think that Sebastian is a misrepresentation of people who are Jamaican and basically indicates that they are lazy. And then there are 2 characters in that song, the big fish that plays the saxophone and the black fish, and they are saying that those characters, the people that came up with the theory that this song has racial undertones, is the fact that these characters have big accented lips and were voiced by black characters. So, like, I didn't pick up on that as a kid, and I'm sure you guys didn't either, but as adults, and especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, I wanted to know what you thought about that whole fan theory about Under the Sea, and especially if you were in the PTA play with me in The Little Mermaid, please feel free to discuss that in the comments. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the second part of the video, which will be out on Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Bye!